Hey, everybody. Just want to get back on here and talk about a little bit something. Um, I'm sure you all have noticed how expensive it's gotten to eat. Grocery stores. I mean, used to be I could go to the grocery store and for 6 to 8 people spend a couple of $100 a week. Now, if you want to eat decent, if you don't want to eat in a box, if you don't want to eat out of a bag, if you don't want to eat something that's already been prepared, if you want to do it yourself, finding something whole, vegetables and fruits and whatnot, and meats and whole food that's not made by them. How much is it costing you? It cost me $500 to go to the grocery store last week for 8 people. 500. Now, if you're eating garbage, I mean, have you looked in the grocery stores? What do they push? Shrimp, lobster, crab, any shellfish, pig, swine. How much swine do they push? You know, you can go to most grocery stores and I'll tell you what, you will find more pig than any other. I've noticed that beef is shrinking. Chicken is pretty much the same as it always is. However, I've noticed a difference between Amish chicken and the chicken that the grocery stores sell. Chicken that the grocery stores sell is so fatty and it smells when you open the package. Amish chicken, when you open it, there's no bit of fat on it and it doesn't stink. I would suggest you get the Amish chicken. It's like $6 a pound, but you know what? It's worth it. Also, trying to find things that is not genetically modified. How easy is that? Well, you have to be very careful. You got to read your packages. You got to read everything. And you go and you look in the produce department, you pick up a pepper or something and you look at it. Is this genetically modified? I always tell you, from what I understand, these sticker things that they put on the vegetables and fruits has something to do with things, but I don't know. I know that the other day I found a bin that had watermelons with seeds that weren't genetically modified. I bought one because I won't buy the seedless ones. They're genetically modified. People, I have to tell you, things are going to start getting very, very interesting very soon. The rich and powerful don't want you to eat meat. They don't want you to eat good. They don't. That's why they jack their prices up so far that most folks that are on a fixed budget or that don't get a lot of money or whatever have to eat cheap, 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 like ramen noodles. Ramen noodles, you have to be very picky. If you're not picky, you're going to eat the worst crap there is with more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium and whatever crap else they put in it. If you're eating boxed, packaged, already prepared things, you really shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should try to make things your own self. And that's a hard thing. Myself, I can't have a garden right now. I can't. Last time me and my mom tried to put a garden out, which was a few years ago, it was a disaster. And we had to fence it off so much that it was a real pain to get in and out of. I had to take it apart to go in and then put it back together to go out. Why? Because there's birds that just go and tear up your plants just for the fun of it. They don't want to eat anything. They just tear them up. We had that problem. Not to mention the pestilence of everything. There's a lot of things you can do to ward that stuff off. But if you don't have a lot of time, what are you going to do? I have to tell you guys, They want to make us poor. All of us that are in the middle, they don't want us to be in the middle. They want to make us poor. They want every single part of the masses to depend on their dumb butts. Oh, we're in power. We have all the money. We have all the land. We have all the farming. We have all the food. We have all the electricity. We have all the gas. We have all. We got it all. You got to come to us. And that's what they're doing right now. Chazon, which you call Revelation, chapter 13. That the beast getting the wound and being healed from it, and all this, that, and the other. This mark, what have you. The scriptures in the world are together. They are together. You can't take them apart. They're together. Okay? You got to pick a side. You're going to pick his side, the creator of all things. You should follow his ways. If you're following the world, then you're following the world. If you're someone who follows the J-man, or you're someone that says G-O-D, and you're following Christianity and Churchianity and whatever else, doing the Christmas and the Easter and the Valentine's and the Mother's Day and the Father's Day and the Memorial Day and the Labor Day and the Christmas Day, you know, and the Halloween Day. If you're following the world and doing what the world does, you're not showing Yahweh a doggone thing. What you are showing him is that you know how to be part of the world. And if you are going to a church and whatever else, and you think you're worshiping the Most High, you're worshiping what? The J-man and G-O-D. You're not worshiping Yahweh. You're not worshiping the creator of all things. You're worshiping the eye in the sky. The one that eclipses the sun every now and then. For it's not the moon. Because the moon, you can see through it. You ever pay attention to it? When you can see it in the daytime, do you see it like maybe it's half or even it's full? If it's half, you can look right through it. The blue sky shows right through it. Do you ever notice that? The blue sky shows right through it. It's not black. Think about it. The eye in the sky. Who is that? Internet of bodies. Internet of things. What do you think that is? Eye in the sky, looking at you. He can read your mind. But you see, he can't read your mind until he can. The only one right now that can read your mind and read your heart and know who you are is the Almighty Yahweh, the Creator. And who wants to be like him? Hallel, God, Trail, God. And since the whole world talks about G-O-D, I guess he's pretty close to what he wants, isn't he? The eye in the sky, looking at you. He can read your mind. He's the maker of rules and the dealing with fools. He can cheat you blind. Listen to the music. You hear the spells. If you listen to the music, you understand what you're doing to yourself when you sing it, when you hear it. I have to tell you, things are ramping up. I mean, come on, we're seeing things right now we never seen before. You have to admit, it's pretty exciting on one hand. But for most, on the other hand, they're very frightened. They're very scared. They don't know what to do. We, and that Yahweh, know what to do. Depend on Him, trust in Him, pray to Him, keep our hearts and minds appointed to Him. So fear will never grab you by the boo-boo. Be brave, patient. The kingdom's coming. Sometime soon. I don't know when. But things are getting interesting. So be careful what you eat, what you ingest. Careful what you say. Careful what you do. He's watching you. He is watching us all. One day, His Son's going to come back. Waiting for the kingdom. So, pick a side. Because if you don't, then you've picked a side, even if you don't. Take care of yourselves. And may Yahweh shine His face upon you. May He give you shalom.